for today's video I've got two looks for you. So this is the first look, so let's get straight into it. I'm just priming my eyelid with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade 20 just to act as an eyeshadow primer, and then I'm setting that with any type of translucent powder just so it doesn't become any sticky or tacky and makes my eyeshadow blend really well. Then I'm defining my crease with my Motives Elements palette, taupey brown colour in the crease, and blending that all out and making it look all nice and seamless. Then with the Makeup Revolution Foil eyeshadow in Rose Gold, I'm just adding it to my lid. It's a creamy texture, so it's kind of wet and sticky, which is what we want. And as you can see, it looks really, really, really pretty. In the light, it looks amazing and it really pops. So I'm just making sure that's covered on my whole lid below my crease. Adding that to the inner corners and the out. Then on top of that, as you can see, I'm adding a lovely bronzy gold colour by Sephora. I'll put all the names in the description box below. And I'm just adding that right on top, just so that the colour stays and it's become really prominent. Then as you can see, I'm just trying to even it out, make sure they both look even, and packing on the colour. Then I'm putting on mascara to my own eyelashes, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic eyelash, which is my ride or die at the moment. It's amazing. I love it for the lower lash line in particular, but the top just as well. And then I'm using my HudaBeauty lashes in Candy and applying that to my lash line. They can be a bit tricky, so once you get the hang of it, they look really good eventually. I always press it down with like a stick or at the end of a brush. And then I'm doing a winged liner with my L'Oreal Perfect Slim pen eyeliner. To me, this is one of the best eyeliners out there. You can really not go wrong with this. So for beginners, I would definitely recommend this. Give it a go because it's a pen tip, so it makes life much easier. And then I'm just filling in any gaps, and then onto the face. So as usual, I'm colour correcting those lovely bags of mine and blending that all out. Then I'm using my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in shade 06 on top of that, just because this thing is so thick. If you guys don't have it, I do recommend you purchasing the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the correct shade, just because it is so thick, literally nothing will come through it, and it's amazing. It makes your skin look so flawless, and it actually makes me have one tone all over my whole face, which is so hard, especially for all these brown girls out there. It's really hard to have your face look like one colour, but this does the trick pretty well. Then I'm using my Giorgio Armani foundation in shade 5.5, I think. I'm a bit pale now because it's winter, so I will definitely be bronzing it up a lot in this look. Yeah, just to give me a bit of colour. And then I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade 25 in my usual places, highlighting, so under my eyes, bridge of my nose, forehead. Then onto the contour, I'm using my Motive Sculpt palette. You guys see me do this a million times, so yeah. And then down the bridge of my nose. So the thinner you get that line, the more narrow your nose looks. So try and aim to get that really thin down the line, down your nose, so you get a really nice sharp nose. And then obviously setting on the highlighted areas, and then blending out all the contour down my nose, on my cheeks. I've become really fluid with my contour, as you can see. It's pretty seamless nowadays, so I'm pretty happy with how I contour my face. And just with my finger, I blend out my nose. And then blusher, I'm using MAC, I think Petal Power. It's a beautiful pinky colour, very, very, very conservative, and it doesn't really look like I've got much on, which is what I wanted. Then I'm balancing out the lower lash line and adding a bit of that glitter that I had on the top to the bottom, to the inner corners. Really makes your eyes open and makes your eyes look so much bigger, which is probably something I don't really need, but hey, why not? And then of course mascara to the lower lash line. And lips. So lips, I'm doing my favourite lip combo. If I do a red lip, I have to line it with MAC Currant and then fill it in with MAC Ruby Woo, just because I like the colour it gives me and the finish it gives me. And it just looks so pretty. I thought, because the eyes are pretty neutral and just got a bit of sparkle, I thought I'm going to take it with a bold lip, and I actually really liked how this turned out. I very rarely wear a red lip. I don't know on Valentine's Day if I'm going to be wearing a red lip, but it's a great look and it looks really pretty. And then there's just me flicking my hair, having a Baywatch moment. As I was flicking my hair, I realised I didn't highlight, so I'm using the Balm Luminizer to highlight, and there you have it. That's the finished look, and I think it looks really pretty. On to the next one. Second look, as you can tell, was a lot more smoky and sultry, which is probably what I will be doing on Valentine's Day, so let's get straight into it. So I'm using my Pure Minerals palette and the matte creamy white colour all over my lid, keeping it below the crease line, and then with a flat edge, or you can use sellotape or use like a business card or whatever you've got with a flat edge. I'm using the black colour of the Motives Elements palette and creating V's on my outer corner, and then I'm also using the chocolate brown in the middle to blend out the black, because blending a black with a white is really tricky. You need to have a colour in between that, so I'm using a chocolate brown and I'm blending that out with a blending brush and just keeping everything what's the word? So it looks like you can't tell where one colour ends and one colour starts. Everything is, it's like an ombre effect, for example. So everything is pretty blended and looks really pretty. I really like this look. I probably do this quite often. It's not just like a Valentine's Day look for me. I like this look a lot. So yeah, with a wipe, I'm cleaning up any excess that's fallen off, any fallout. And then with mascara, I'm going over my natural lashes, again using the L'Oreal Telescopic. And then I'm using these HudaBeauty lashes in Scarlet. These are a look in its own. They're the Mink range. They're amazing. They're really full on. I do not recommend these for beginners because the band is quite thick. So you really have to know what you're doing when you're wearing these eyelashes. They're very dramatic and quite tricky to put on. I would definitely say, but nonetheless they give such an amazing finish. And as you can see, I was just trying to balance out the eyes to get the blacks how I want them to look more smoky. And then I'm onto my face. I'm just going to fast forward this super quick because I literally just did this using more or less the exact same products, just mixing up a few bits here and there. So I'm using the Giorgio Armani foundation again, and I use the Kevyn Aucoin underneath my eyes, and then now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me again. And of course blending that all out, and always make sure that your beauty blender is damp. It won't give the same effect if it's dry. This must be damp. It took me ages to work it out, but yeah, it has to be damp. Then of course setting on my under eye, and then I should hopefully be contouring. Yep, so I'm back to contouring. My usual places, down my nose, my cheekbones, forehead, chin, and all that fun stuff. Blending it out with a dense angled contour brush. And then balancing out the lower lash line so it doesn't look too crazy underneath. And then of course tight lining my lower lash line with a gel liner. I think it's the Motives LBD liner I'm using. And then I'm using MAC Lovejoy, which is a beautiful corally colour. And I did this in slow-mo so you can see, like, when I look down, this is probably the best way that you can see how, like here, how well the colours actually blend into each other. You can't see where any colour starts and finishes, which is the look that you want. Then of course highlighting, and then using MAC Taupe as a nudie brown colour, and there you have it. That's the finished look. I absolutely loved it, and this is probably more wearable for me, and I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.